What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? Welcome to a haunted, spooktacular edition of the Dads Not Always on Wrestling. And since I'm talking, we all know that this is a non-wrestling topic. Last year, we gave you our top 10 Halloween movies, not the franchise, but in general, top 10 horror movies. And this year, we decided that we would put together our top 10 favorite songs for a Halloween party. Now, let me just go ahead and throw this disclaimer out there right now. I had Jeff send me his list pre-tape. That way, I could intentionally put 10 songs that were not on his list onto my list. That way, for all of our fans out there who actually want to hold a Halloween party, you've at least now got a 20-song jump-off point.
Right.
For your shindig, for your swinging wake, if you will.
Ah.
So, it's very, very possible that one of our lists will be just a little bit more loaded with the hits than the other. So just try to keep that in mind while listening to our selections for this graveyard jamboree. Jeff, since this is a non-wrestling week, I turn control of the microphone over to you to begin your selections of the top 10 songs for a Halloween party.
Translation: Jeff only knows the mainstream shit. He got the mainstream shit, and JJ's trying to cover his ass to make sure his stuff doesn't sound so crappy on the list. I haven't feel like it's crappy at all, for the record. I think you're gonna blow me away and surprise everybody, including your own damn self. So let's not kid ourselves there. So
I know that I've got some strong selections on here, but knowing that I know what your list is, I know that you've got some of the best selections. And if we had actually done this like we do a normal show, there'd maybe only be one or two differences.
Right.
So, and that does nobody any good for those of them out there that want to have a party.
Right, because you figure, 10 songs, except for a Michael Jackson Halloween song being 15 minutes on its own damn self. You figure 10 songs, that's only, roughly 30 minutes. That ain't much of a Halloween party. No. So,
And you don't want to do like Walmart do and play those 10 songs on loop for 8.5 hours.
Every year. Same year. Oh my God. Anyway.
Every day.
Every day. The only thing worse than that is once a month doing inventory at Blockbuster, having Labyrinth every single Saturday, once a month. Oh my God. People, how can you hate that movie? You don't understand.
So.
You don't know. You weren't there. Friends reference. I love you guys. Anyway. So what I have done is made my life way more complicated than JJ made his, because that's how we work on this show. I ended up making my list into basically a long clip with breaks in between. That way my stupid ass can press stop when I need to press stop. Because, I want to make sure I be able to get before you guys hear the next one and no spoilers coming out, right? So I know for a fact that my number 10 and my number 9, I'm pretty sure it's number 9, but definitely number 10 surprised Jay, because they're not traditionally Halloween themed songs, but they both have a very dark connotation. They both have connection to a malevolent entity in their own way. So, and number 10's a cover. So let me just throw that out there right now. It's not the traditional version of the song that you all are used to if you've been a fan of the band that's been around since they first cut this track in 1945, or maybe the 60s, because they're old anyway. But the fact that the guy that covered it died of whatever he died of before the original band, I mean, goodness sakes. My number 10 is a cover from Motorhead, our boy Lemmy, of the Rolling Stones classic.
after all, there was you and me. Let me please introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. Finally transfer the troubadours who can kill before they reach Bombay. Pleased to meet you. Hope you guess my name.
Oh, wait, no, wrong version.
What's confusing you is just the nature of my game.
Woo-woo. All right. Sympathy for the Devil. I mean, first of all, Lem covered it for WWE because that's what Lem do. So he's thrown it out there now. But God, this song, again, would you play it at a Halloween party every year? You know, off the top of your head? Probably not. But the song title and the beat of the song and just that gravelly voice of Lemmy's, it just screams Halloween for me personally. Maybe that's just me.
I think it's funny that you mentioned, would you play this at a Halloween party every year? Probably not. I did not know that Motorhead covered this song.
Really? Well,
I must have missed when WWE used it.
It was during your hiatus, yeah.
But I do have the Rolling Stones version on my Halloween playlist.
Tremendous. That's awesome. I love it.
Not on my list for today,
right?
But it is on my Halloween playlist because sympathy for the devil.
Yeah, it's yeah.
A lot of songs that are on my actual Halloween playlist, some of them have absolutely nothing to do with Halloween.
Right.
But the song title or the melody to it just like really gets me into that mood.
Yes.
A couple other notable examples that I know aren't on your list, won't be on mine. No Doubt Spiderwebs.
Yep.
The Cranberries Zombie.
Yeah.
Rob Zombie, Dragula, or Living Dead Girl. Those songs are on my Halloween playlist, not necessarily on these lists. So, if some of you guys want to steal those to add to this Halloween playlist, by all means. But, Walking into Spiderwebs, Zombies, Living Dead Girls, like those titles just scream Halloween to me, even if the lyrical content may not reflect as much. So I do have sympathy for the devil. I just did not know of that version, and I am going to get that version very soon because I do like Motorhead.
I know you do.
I gave Mikey some crap on Facebook a while back because I had put up a post about you can only pick 5 bands out of all of these. And one of the bands he picked was Motorhead. And I'm like, okay, bro, aside from Ace of Spades and the stuff they've done for WWE, do you know any other Motorhead songs?
Give me 2 more, Mikey, you get a pass. For real. Like, seriously.
And to be fair, I know very few outside of that either, but I owned that. I wasn't going to pick them as one of my 5 bands.
Yeah.
Born to Raise Hell from Airheads, which Lemmy did with Ice-T, and I forget who the other guy is. I know. And I know they did a cover of Enter Sandman on the ECW CD.
Yes, they did.
So I do know a couple other songs, but again, it's like movie soundtracks and covers.
Right.
I can't be like, oh yeah, well on this album of theirs, track 3, this song. But I do love Lemmy's voice. I love his thrashing bass. I love their musicianship. So I'm totally down with Sympathy for the Devil by Motorhead.
And when I think of Lemmy and I think of party atmospheres, I think of the fact I don't remember the last time my party atmosphere. Just saying. So it's always good times, Tater. Anyway, for the record, that post was totally invalid anyway because the Eagles were on that graphic. So, and I pointed that out. So
I know you did.
In general. Anyway, number 9 is another one of those that again you don't. And maybe you do because, like I said, you had Sympathy for the Devil on your playlist, and I wasn't expecting that at all. So I will play the song and we'll go from there. Number 9.
Tuck you in, walk within, keep you free frozen till the Sandman you go. Sleep with one eye open, gripping your pillow tight. Exit light into night. Take my hand. Rock the devil.
Neverland. If you're in the East W Arena, you know. By the way, complete side note, it is a wrestling channel. I finally saw Hacks return to the ECW Arena post WCW. Holy shit, was that a moment? Oh my god! Like, freaking, he walked. First of all, I threw out because that's ECW. That's what they do when they have somebody return, and he's up in the freaking damn near the crow's nest, and the entire network's like, oh shit. And Tommy's in the ring like, he freaking walks down, takes him out. Freaking, they toast a beer. They give a beer to Franny. Franny starts drinking. It's like, oh shit, here we go. Now Franny's getting drunk. It's on now, folks. And then they give this big old hug. Like, not even a bro hug. Like, they embrace like lovers, him and Tommy. I'm like, yes, this is how the world is supposed to be. Fucking shit. But yeah, enter Sandman. I mean, even the little again, sorry, Bruce, the bridge. Now they lay me down to sleep. The whole thing it's so sinister and so dark, but it's like, you know what? That's some Halloween shit, you know, for real. So,
Enter Sandman is not on my playlist. I've never really considered that one a Halloween themed song, even in its presentation the way you do, but I can understand why you gravitated towards it, and especially, you know, the wrestling tie-in. It is a wrestling channel. Had to find some way to tie wrestling into the show. So, you know.
What I do.
It's all good.
Yeah.
I will give that one to you.
And like I said, it's very much a party song where, you know, there's parts of it where it gets slow, but, you know, it's still very heavy. But man, the majority of the, you know, the dan 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 dan, it rocks the whole fucking room.
I'll put it to you like this. Out of the list that you sent me,
mm-hmm.
even though I would never call this song a weak song,
right,
I would say this was one of the weakest moments on your list.
Okay. And
that should tell you how strongly I feel your list is. If Enter Sandman is the weak spot.
And we had talked about the Sympathy and Sandman were both like the, okay, WTF song. So, you know, there you go. All right. Number 8. We're still on Sandman, apparently. There we go.
In sleep he sang to me, in dreams he came. That voice which calls to me and speaks my name. And do I dream again? For now I find the phantom of the opera is there inside my mind.
Dun, 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 dun. Now, before you start, I know it's not Cheney. Knock it off. I know it's Weber. Knock it off. As a song list, as a playlist, God damn it, this show rules. It just does. And I know you're not. I know you are a Phantom purist. And I totally understand that, and I understand your reasoning. But the overture and this song, the Phantom of the Opera title song itself, I did choose the Michael Crawford version for the record, shout out to my parents for that one. I don't even remember who played the Phantom when Dylan's mom and I went and saw Phantom at the Pantages. Couldn't tell you the actors off the top of my head. Didn't pick the movie version for damn sure. Hell no. Even I think that one's an abomination. It's like, really? Come on, guys. Like, can we just leave it be a play? Just let it be. The play was so pure and so good. But the entire play is a old school French party atmosphere. I mean, you got the chandelier falling down in the middle of the damn theater. It's a great atmosphere, and the beat of this song, the entire theme of the song, the dun 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 dun, it's very much I'd say it's a party opener, is what I would put it as. Like it would be the one to start my party playlist when people were coming in. It's 8 o'clock, the party's just starting. You kind of kick it off. It won't be the one that gets the party bumping in the middle, around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. It ain't gonna be the closer at 2 o'clock or later if you cool like that. But definitely the party opener.
I can concede it would be a good song for the beginning of the party.
Right.
Like you said, I'm a purist. I love the Chaney version. The whole Weber stuff is just, in my opinion.
I know.
But I don't want to instantly dismiss the song choice just because I'm anti-Weber's Phantom.
Right.
So I can concede that, somewhere in the first hour there, as people are arriving and you're kind of just having essentially a background music play to try and set the motif. I could see that.
You're having your initial glass of punch before the asshole spikes it,
yeah,
because half people are walking in with the damn Phantom mask on in the first place anyway, so you might as well play the damn song. So
honestly, I would throw a lot of like the movie score type of songs in that first hour.
Well, one of the ones
just because I know you have one on your list, so let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, but just because I would want to save the meat and potatoes of the party for the actual like lyrical dancey type songs. So any of those type of score songs, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Jaws, Stephen King's It, the 90s version. I would totally throw those in there.
I say honorable mention for me right at the top is the Chucky theme from the first one. Man, that song is sinister. Woo! Love that song, but I don't have it at the ready here. So I will say that one of the, you mentioned the scores of the movies. One of my songs I have later, I think would definitely fit well in the middle of the party too. So we'll get there.
I definitely agree that particular one would, but I'm just saying as a whole, those are good atmospheric arrival to the party type of songs. The Great Pumpkin Waltz is another good one I'd throw in there.
Although, there's one song I don't throw at any party. That's that stupid Charlie Brown. I tell you what, whoever decided to put that in the movie and immerse it in lexicon forever should be put in front of a firing squad and then stabbed, just for sheer irony of it all.
Dude, that's like the ultimate jump off song for any party, dude. You throw that on there and people start dancing like idiots just because the characters in the cartoon dance like idiots.
Yeah.
So
I don't want to encourage idiot-like dancing. I want some serious fun dancing. If you idiot anyway. Blockheads. Anyway, so next up for me. I don't even know how number I'm on at this point. I'm lost, but it's okay. It's all good.
They're creepy and they're kooky, mysterious and spooky. They're all together ooky, the Addams Family. Their house is a museum. When people come to see them, they really are a scream, the Addams Family.
Neat. Sweet. The tea.
So get a witch's shawl on, a broomstick you can crawl on. We're gonna pay a call on the Addams Family.
Short, sweet, to the point. But my choice on that was between them and the Munsters. Because the Munsters theme, season 2, the rock version, just whoops that ass. But I grew up on the Munsters more. I did Gomez and Morticia until the movie came out. Don't get me wrong, but I feel that the macabre TV family nod definitely goes to Gomez, Morticia, Uncle Fester et al. So that's why they made my list and not Herman, Lily, and company. But definite nod to the Munsters because dude. As far as, shows in syndication when I was a youngin', Batman and the Munsters, man, right there at the top of my list. Every afternoon, without fail. Love them both. Addams Family we never got a whole lot of. So I wasn't exposed to that until 1991 when Raul Julia and Joe Houston said, hold our wines, because they ruled all. So
hold our goblets.
Boy, who can play every goddamn thing, apparently. So love him.
Yeah. Just for shits and giggles, I did contemplate throwing the Addams Family Groove by Hammer on my list.
Oh my goodness. Nice.
But I resisted the temptation.
I appreciate that, and I appreciate that you didn't say you thought of, whoop, Addams Family. There it is. 'Cause, damn it. No. The fact that those assholes were back in the lexicon with that stupid commercial, scoop, and my dad, scoop, there it is. I'm like, just stop. Stop, you crazy old man in the other room with your damn commercial. That's way out of date. Oh, my God.
Dude, they did a concert out here with Vanilla Ice, and I was this close to going, but it was going to be one of those concerts in your car, like they're on stage, you have to stay in your car, and I'm like, nah. No. Everything is opening back up. Like, if this was a legitimate concert and I could sit in a seat, I'd have been there, dude, because I saw Hammer a couple years ago at the LA Fair. Dude still's got it.
Oh, I know he does.
No question. So to have been able to see his counterpart, Vanilla Ice, live too, like 1990 Jay just would have been like eating that up.
Seriously.
Because say what you will about Robert Van Winkle these days, you cannot deny that when Ice Ice Baby dropped, everybody was about that song.
Well,
everybody.
No, two people I can think of right off the top of my head were not, because my dad and I were such Queen fans. We're like, jacked our shit, mother trucker. So no, two people definitely were not about Ice Ice Baby. So there you go. We definitely want to put Mr. Van Winkle under pressure to go sleep. Anyway, and you said that reference. You cool. We love you. Thank you for that. Okay. If you don't, do your research. Google that shit. All right. Next up, after the Addams Family, here we go.
It's just a jump to the net. Put your hands on your hips.
That's the mid-party song from Movie Center God was talking about. Like, crowd's getting a little restless, slowing down a little bit. You throw on that track, and for Commissioner O'Brien, it's astounding. And it's like, oh, shit, here we go. It's on now.
Oh, yeah.
It's about to get on now, folks. So, yeah.
A while back on one of our shows, we talked about how I wanted to see the time warp with Mickey and Minnie as Riff and Magenta.
Yes.
I decided to change that.
Oh, okay.
I decided to change that some. You know, I'd rather see them as Brad and Janet.
Okay.
And then put Donald and Daisy as Riff and Magenta.
Okay.
And Goofy as Rocky.
Okay.
Leave Tim Curry.
Right.
Gotta leave Tim Curry.
Right.
Clarabelle would probably be Columbia. Just because she's the only like major female in the gang there.
Yeah, as far as the original gang, that's true.
So, but yeah, there's the Disney Rocky Horror for you. And then all the other characters can just be the Transylvanians.
Well, no, we actually have to leave Frank in there because he's a Disney Queen now. Because Fox is owned by Disney, so you know he's established. He's in the lexicon.
Yeah.
And if
but I mean, you know, you see those memes going around about, you know, you keep one actor recast the movie with Muppets. What movie are you doing? Here it is with Disney, man. You leave Tim Curry as Frankenfurter, Mickey as Brad, Minnie as Janet, Donald as Riff, Daisy as Magenta.
Well, for sure, because Mickey and Minnie are definitely the squares. There's no doubt about that at all.
Goofy is Rocky. Yeah. So then you know the whole joke. No, I said she was effing Goofy. Comes into play.
Forgive me, Walt. I do not know.
And then since we're using the original game,
yes,
either Pete or Horace Horsecollar as Eddie.
Gotta go with Pete. Because Pete's the rocker. Pete's my soul brother. I can ask with Pete. I got that. We're good on that one.
And then, like I said, all the other kind of like extra peripheral characters would be the Transylvanians.
Professor Von Drake must be Dr. Scott or there is no movie.
Okay.
Okay. And then the criminologist can be
Scrooge.
Scrooge McDuck. There you go. That's right. That's it. Or, you know, interchange them because everyone changes them anyway.
No, because Scrooge going, it's just a jump to the left would be freaking hilarious.
True that. It'd be like Rob Williams describing golf. It's just a jump to the left, you daft bastard. Step to the left, you piece of shit. Come on now. Anyway, off we go. All right. We got Rob
thought
Williams,
about this way too long,
and Tim Curry in the span of one. Dude, bravo for us. Right on. I love that shit. Anyway, good thing that's October. We're so going to hell. And we just had our on a sales show, so yeah, that's, you know, it's all good.
Well, you know, you're already going there. You're a soulless ginger anyway.
Damn right, dude. I got my sweet book. You kidding me? I'm really signing there with McMahon. I'm taking that place over when I get there. The hell with Vince being there. It's all about me. Damn it. Anyway, rein it in, brother. Next song on my list. We're about halfway here. You cannot have a Halloween playlist without the Halloween theme, for my money. So
true. I completely agree. I have the Halloween theme on my playlist, as well as the Silver Shamrock commercial from the dreaded
you
Halloween
need to shut
3.
your no. Don't even say the words out loud. Every year I go through this with one of you, either you or Bales.
Happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock.
There will be no sleeping tonight in the Meacham house.
Hey, if you are a fan of the saga, then you must appreciate all of its intricacies.
Okay, this ain't like the Jedi where you have to start at the Dutch side too to understand it. It's not part of the goddamn saga, JJ. No. You wrong for that.
You must learn more than the narrow dogmatic view of the Jedi.
Like I done said, this mother effing thing is so far out of the loop of the saga. There's a commercial for Michael in the damn movie. It's a freaking meta moment. Like, what the shit? No.
It ties together.
Stop it. No. I will fire you mid-show. I will do your list by my damn self. No. But like I've said, you take off that first part of that, the first two words of that title. Season of the Witch is a damn good movie. It's creepy. It's gross. It's a horror movie. It does not need to be called Halloween 3. And that Silver Shamrock commercial just. What's ironic as hell is the freaking commercial video wise is an epileptic nightmare. You freaking hypocritical jerk, you. Anyway, the original Halloween theme. Now we've gone way off in the damn weeds and made myself done pissed off. The original John Carpenter basic piano written Halloween theme is so creepy in its simplicity that no matter how many times they rewrote it, redrafted it, whatever you want to call it, over the last, it feels like 500 years, but it's only been 43. You still get back to the basic, and it's still the creepiest one of all.
Yeah.
Even
Agreed.
Rob Zombie couldn't out creepy the original version when he tricked it out for 2007.
Nope.
And he acknowledged that he wouldn't be able to, so he wasn't even going to try to make it better. So his movie, whatever. But the song was still very, very good, but it wasn't 78 good. So
no.
And I do love the 18 remixes where they kind of like splice it in with different riffs of it. Very, very cool in the 18. I cannot, again, as you're seeing this, in theory, I'm in Tahoe if I'm going to my friend's wedding. So I'm trying to find a way to already have seen Halloween Kills or plotting my way to see it tonight or when I get back from Tahoe. So the panel will be done by the end of this month. I will make it happen. Damn it. So, next.
I was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld
Now,
what more can you honestly say about the Monster Mash? Seriously, it's a classic.
If you grew up when we grew up and you weren't having Monster Mash at either your party or party you went to, you weren't one of the cool kids. It's that simple. Nope. It's, or you weren't at any Halloween store in the greater United States area in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah. Growing up in the 80s like I did, you could guarantee that a Halloween party was going to have the Monster Mash, Purple People Eater,
yep,
and a song that I know is coming up on your list,
yes, Thriller.
Yes. I don't know where. It's probably going to be number one, knowing you. One or two, knowing you. But, those three songs were virtually at every Halloween party when I was a kid.
Right. It was definitely those three and a couple others that you're going to hear soon-ish for me, because remember, I also grew up primarily in the 90s, for a good chunk of mine. So one of my songs is definitely out of that area of songdom.
Yes, I know.
Off we go.
There's something strange in your neighborhood. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! There's something weird and it don't look good. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! I ain't afraid of no ghosts. afraid of no ghosts.
Again, if you're a child of the 80s and even early 90s when the cartoon was on, that shit was at your Halloween party.
Yeah. I just didn't want a spoiler alert like the rest of your list, so that's why I left that one off.
Yeah. So this song is so cool. This song is so attached to the legendary status of the 80s that when my kid's school, when he was in, I want to say it was first grade, pretty sure it was first grade, had their end of year celebrating the 50th year of the school assembly thing. His class level had the 80s. They had Thriller, and he did an awesome Thriller dance, and his mom and I applauded him on video once the lady in front sat her stupid ass down. And if you remember that video, I love you. I know you do because you commented on it. And they had the Ghostbusters theme, and we're like, yes, Ghostbusters! I remember. I didn't discover the Ghostbusters movies till much, much later. I grew up on the cartoon when, if you don't know this, now you do, the voice of Garfield on his animated series was Dr. Peter Venkman. Which, for me, I love Garfield. It's like, oh, cool, it's the same guy. I can F with this. This is cool. And then, of course, you see Bill Murray, you're like, yeah, you're good, dude, but you're not Bill Murray. Or Dan Aykroyd, or Harold Ramis, or Ernie. Yeah, Ernie Hudson. Yeah, it's just, or even Rick Moranis, who we love on this channel. We will forever sing the praises of Rick Moranis on every show we ever do from now on, damn it, because we love Rick. But man, again, the Ghostbusters, again, it's one of those where, party's starting to die down a little bit, starting to, get a little, oh shit, Ghostbusters!
You need a little injection to pick the party up.
Right. And then, as soon as that song hits and that part hits, everybody in the room's going, Ghostbusters, before Ray starts singing. Every single person at the party. And if they're not, they're thrown out because they ain't cool.
Pretty much.
My party. Get to stepping. All right. Next up.
Cause this night, and no one's gonna save you from the beast about to strike. It's night. You're fighting for your life inside up. Get up, night. Cause I can do you more than any ghost would ever dare try. So let me hold you tight and share up. Get up. Cause this is night. Girl, I can feel you more than any ghost would ever dare try.
We can't cut, sorry.
So let me hold you tight and share up. Get up.
Again, this is going to be the one that gets the party bumping. Like, everybody in the room is going to spread out line dance style and do this the entire dance, because everybody in the party knows the dance, whether you're 40-year-olds like us or 20-year-olds or 100-year-olds. Everybody knows the Thriller dance. Every single one of you in that party. And if you don't, watch my kid. He knows what he's doing.
Yep.
Damn it.
He had the proper training.
What's that?
He had the proper training.
That's right. He was top proper. All right. Which I believe I'm at number one in that case. And, if you're paying attention to what's behind us, you have the general idea of what's to come here. And if you don't know what it is by what's behind us, you'll see if you just open your eyes.
This is Halloween, pumpkins scream in the dead of night. This is Halloween, everybody make a scene, trick or treat. Tell the neighbors from the diaphragm, it's our town, everybody scream. It's Halloween. I am the one hiding under your bed, teeth ground sharp and eyes glowing red.
I am the one hiding under your stairs, fingers like snakes and spiders in my hair.
Now, if that surprises anybody besides him, over here, that it's not my number, that's my number one. Y'all have not been paying attention to my life the last at least 16 years, if not longer.
I knew it was either going to be Thriller or This Is Halloween. You know, it 1-1A, if you will.
Exactly. You hit it right on the beam. 1 and 1A.
You know, so it was just a matter of which one was going to hold the holy spot, if you will.
Exactly. And again, they both, either one can be in the other spot because I love both those songs so much. And
I mean, it's such a great song that you can even throw the Marilyn Manson version into the playlist and have it pop up twice.
Yes, definitely. I was going to mention that, and I was cut off during my dissertation, which now I know how you feel. I get you. I got you, boo.
Paybacks are a bitch, mother effer.
That's it. So, yeah, Manson's version is so good that I almost always pick that one first on a playlist for filling the occasion here than I do Danny, with all due respect to Danny Elfman. So, all right. Now, as we turn it over to our non-wrestling expert here, again, he had to go against the grain. So God love him for, probably getting the Bart Simpson cake, at least you tried moment here. But
well, no. Like I said, I know that my songs are good.
Yes.
But with letting you go first and send me your list, as I explained earlier, I already lost Thriller. I lost Ghostbusters. I lost This Is Halloween. I lost Time Warp. I lost Addams Family.
Half your list right there. So.
There's 5 stalwarts right there.
Yes.
I wouldn't have had Sympathy. I wouldn't have had Sandman. I wouldn't have had the Phantom of the Opera.
Definitely not Phantom.
Monster Mash, I would have had.
Yes.
There's 6. So like I said in the beginning, Jeff's list is very much fully loaded. Like the wrestling reference there?
Oh.
Very much fully loaded here, considering that these shows are not his strong suits.
Right.
And so I then had to come in and play filler.
Yeah, filler, not thriller. So for the record, and I if I could show you, I could, but I can't. I have his list in front of me, yes, but they are labeled as numbers and then 2 honorable mentions. And the thumbnails on the list set are so small that my crappy ass eyes cannot seize them. So there you go. Are we going from HM2 up, I'm assuming?
Yeah, we're going to do HM2 first.
Very good.
I want to precursor these two because
okay.
The HMs are ones, going back to the fully loaded joke.
Yes.
These are wrestling themes.
Oh.
That I feel would very much fit into a Halloween party. HM2 very much comes off, modern Halloween parties these days have a rave feel to it. And HM2 very much fits in with that. Go ahead, Jeff.
I think I know what this is, but go ahead. Dun, 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 dun. Damn it. I miss you, Big Dave. I love you, brother. Anyway, go.
You talk about songs that can play as like background motif, atmospheric music as the party is getting jumping. People are arriving. I could totally see me and Bruce and you and some of the rest of the clique just like chilling. That song drops and we're just going to start bouncing.
We're not going to move very far from the spot. We're just going to sit there.
Just get that little bob going, little head bob.
Yeah.
If we're really feeling like dorks at the moment, we may crouch down and then do the slow rise, like the ascension up through the flames. But I mean, come on. The Brood theme is perfect for a Halloween shindig, as is HM number 1.
Okay.
You ready? Hit it.
Ana Unafra. Dogme Diembe. Accept the Lord of the Darkness as your savior. Ana Unafra. Yet allow the purity of evil to guide you.
I love the last little part of the clip is Stephanie's part. And when they're walking down the aisle with her strap, he's going to look at the face like, that's right. I did this. What? What are you going to do about it?
Now, in all seriousness, like, you could pick any Undertaker theme, with the exception of American Badass Rollin', the biker ones.
Right.
And they would fit perfectly in a Halloween party.
Right.
I almost threw Ain't No Grave in there also.
Nice.
But I already have Johnny coming up later in the show. Spoiler alert. So I didn't want to touch on him too much. Well, but I mean, come on. You want to think of a Halloween party in wrestling, the Brood and the Undertaker, and especially the Ministry version where he's speaking in tongues and he's the devil, like more so than normal with that goatee.
He freaking looks like Beelzebub, for real. Like, seriously.
Still get chills hearing him speak in those tongues.
Right. To be fair to the biker themes, I think the very last one he used as a biker would definitely fit the day after the Halloween party. You've done it now. You've gone and made a big mistake.
Oh yeah, that's the hangover.
That's the hangover version. That's it. Wow. Yeah. Especially again, talk about Lemmy. I don't remember. I remember the after anyway.
But right. like I said, I had to get a couple honorable mentions, and second of all, I had to figure out a couple ties to wrestling because it is a wrestling channel. So
very good.
There we go. I am a little surprised that you didn't have some Undertaker something on your list.
I legit did not even think about it. I was trying to keep it non-wrestling, surprisingly enough. So somehow our roles have reversed.
Anyway. Well, my main 10 we're going to get to are more or less non-wrestling.
Okay.
So we'll get into the official list now. And, when you think of like old classic Halloween party songs, like the Monster Mash and the Purple People Eater and stuff like that, my number 10 is one of those that kind of comes to mind in a similar vein. Go ahead and hit my number 10, please.
I told the witch doctor I was in love with you.
Yes!
I told the witch doctor I was in love with you. And then the witch doctor, he told me what to do. He said that...
And not only is it the Chipmunks, but the album cover says songs from the Alvin Show. That's old school. I would stand up and applaud you, but my shorts is dirty, so I'm just going to sit here and just... God damn it.
Now, most people, if they heard that beat drop at a Halloween party, are going to look for the DJ and put two in his head.
Oh, I wouldn't.
Let's be real.
Oh.
Let's be real. The Chipmunks, I love the Chipmunks. Don't get me wrong. But for most people our age, that song would be a party killer, not a party starter. But like I said, it's very much in the same vein of Monster Mash, Purple People Eater, and it is a classic song that I think of when I'm thinking along the lines of a kid's Halloween party.
True that.
You know, something that your son would have, something that my daughter would have. That song would go perfect in those type of playlists. So if you're holding a Halloween party that is going to be all ages, you might want to consider throwing that in there just for the younger folk in attendance.
I mean, I don't think any of my songs went out of that range. I mean, Time Warp alludes to Rocky Horror, which, you know, under 13 is a little sketchy there, but, you know.
Hey, but if your kid knows how to whip in Nene but can't do the Time Warp, you're raising them wrong.
Preach it, bro. God damn it. That was one of the best memes of the pandemic. I'll tell you what. Lord. Anyway.
Number 9 on my list, you know, at your number 2 spot, you had the King of Pop.
I did.
Well, at the number 9 on my spot, I have a Prince of Swords.
Okay.
Go ahead and hit my number 9.
Nice.
It was burning in my room like an oven. My bed soaked with sweat, and man, I was bugging. I checked the clock, it had stopped at 12:30. It had melted, it was so darn hot, and I was thirsty. I wanted something cool to quench my thirst. I thought to myself, yo, this heat is the worst. But when I got downstairs, I noticed something was wrong. I was home all alone, but the TV was on. I thought nothing of it. As I grabbed the remote, I pushed the power button, and then I almost choked when I heard this awful voice coming from behind. It said, man, I ain't even wait to see who it was. Broke inside my drawers and screamed so long, cuz got halfway up the block, I calmed down and stopped screaming, then thought, oh, I get it, I must be dreaming.
DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, Nightmare on My Street.
Just that first minute and the freaking pop culture references and movie references alone, I was like, ah, damn, that a boy, Will. There you go.
Yeah, the intro to that video is a disclaimer saying that this song and video is in no way connected to the franchise because they didn't want New Line to sue their asses off.
I was gonna say, man, Pinhead would own their asses on top of everything else. And
but
anyway,
Nightmare on My Street is very much a classic.
Yes.
And back when Will Smith could do no wrong, back before he became the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, back before he fought aliens 2 years in a row, you know, it just a great, fun song.
Yep. Definitely. Love it.
Number 8 on my list is a song that I want to say the first time I was introduced to it was on the DTV Monster Hits special.
Holy
if
shit.
any of you guys remember DTV, other than this guy over here, it was basically Disney's version of MTV on the Disney Channel, where they would take classic songs, like my number 8 here, and they would put it over clips of their animated shorts to make a music video. So I want to say that that was my first introduction to this song. So go ahead and play my number 8.
I see I see on the way. I see earthquakes and lightning. I see bad times today. Don't go around tonight. Well, it's bound to take your life. Yeah, the bad moon on the right.
I am showing this episode to my dad when it airs because he's gonna love you for having this on your list, man. Because CCR was our jam in the car for years, back when KRS Oldies actually meant CCR era.
Yeah, right. But if I remember,
old.
if I remember the clip on DTV properly, it was they mainly were using for this song the footage from the episode where Huey, Dewey, and Louie go trick or treating.
Yep.
As the skeleton, the ghost, and the devil.
Yep.
And Witch Hazel.
Good call, brother.
But man, like this song is one of the first ones on my playlist.
Hell yes.
It's definitely an early in the party song once
Right.
the party has gotten going because you want to save the other songs for later in the party.
Absolutely.
You know, like you said, to inject and get the party back going.
Yep.
But man, Bad Moon Rising is a perfect Halloween party song.
I am shamed of my damn self for not having that. And so once I show my dad this episode, I'm going to run for the hills for not having it on my side because he will string me up and leave me out for the Bad Moon Rising, the Wolfman to eat my ass. Terrible. And I should eat my ass on my own show, so I'm going to stop talking now. Anyway, moving right along.
Dun.
Jesus.
Number 7 on my list. If I counted your list properly, number 7 on my list is the counterpart to number 7 on your list.
You did.
When you discussed about the two TV families.
Yes! Damn it, Urban.
When I saw Addams Family on your list, dude, I had to counteract with the Munsters. I had to put that on there. Yes, it's on my Halloween playlist.
Yes.
But like, I saw you had the Addams Family, so I was like, okay, I've got to do it. I mean, hell, where else in TV lore can you see Frankenstein's monster married to the daughter of Dracula and they raise a werewolf baby? Like, seriously, there is all kinds of hashtag shenanigans going on there.
And what the hell kind of sitcom are we watching where the blonde, blue-eyed American girl is the odd man out? Like, what the shit?
But the Munsters and, you know, that surf rock version from the second season, just so iconic. Like you touched on when you were talking about the Addams Family.
Oh.
Not as iconic as...
No. Well, you know...
But still, like, peanut butter and jelly, man. They go together so well.
Yeah. Like I said, I grew up on the Munsters. And knowing what I know now about the sets they used and how it ties into your lore with horror movies and our friendship contained therein, it's like, God damn, the Munsters are the hashtag the business, man. I love those guys.
Very much so. Moving right along. Number 6, you know, it kind of ties into your number 1.
Okay.
You know, this is Halloween. Very commonly a Disney song now.
Yes.
It takes over a specific attraction for a couple of months a year.
Ooh.
My number 6 is the song featured wherein the remainder of the year.
Ooh.
When the crypt doors creak and the tombstones quake,
Spooks of mountains swing and wake,
happy haunts materialize.
and begin to vocalize. Grim gritty ghosts come out to socialize.
Now don't Close your eyes and don't try to hide.
Or a silly spook makes it by your side.
Shrouded in a catfish hide.
They pretend to terrorize.
When the ghosts
Not to socialize.
Grim Grinning Ghosts from the Haunted Mansion, sung by Thurl Ravenscroft, who, if you kiddies out there are paying attention, is the same man who sings You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch. So you got him now on your Halloween playlist and your Christmas playlists.
And if you missed that version, that part of our Christmas playlist, don't pause because we got a good flow going. But when we're done,
go back and rewatch it.
Yeah. Because we do mention the exact same thing the other direction, 10 months
But
ago.
I mean, Grim Grinning Ghosts, how can you not have that at a Halloween jam?
No, and again, I am shame. Yeah. I picked the freaking wallpaper, but I can't pick the damn music. It's terrible. Terrible.
Again, some of my picks that I threw on here are a complete response to the songs that you chose.
Yes.
By design. But again, I'm not going to have the star power that you had.
Hey,
but I mean,
your list is making me smile, so I'm totally okay with your counters to my volleys. I'm good, brother. I'm loving it.
Just I got to do what I got to do to try to hang. Considering you had the heavy hitters, man. You had the Mike Tysons, the Muhammad Ali's coming out swinging with full power. Like I gotta have at least like the Joe Frazier's, and the George Foreman's coming in for a little something here. The Holyfields.
That's right.
My number 5 is in direct counter to your boy Michael back there. And as a matter of fact, you actually mentioned this when we were talking about background ambiance music and how it would be an honorable mention for you.
Attaboy.
You shouldn't be surprised that it made my list.
Oh, definitely not.
Number 5.
The music, Child's Play. The image is powerful also. I mean,
y'all aren't seeing what I'm seeing over here in the control room, but in the foreground, of course, is Chucky with the big logo and the voodoo knife and everything. And under there, hi, I'm Chucky. I'm your friend to the end. Heidi ho. Creepy bastard. Then you've got the beautiful family image of Karen and Andy. Just, everything's cool. Everything's good. And off to the left is part of the poster where Aunt Maggie. Yeah.
Think so,
Maggie's flying out the damn window to her death. Like, Jesus Christ. This image is twisted enough. Lord.
But I mean, the theme to Child's Play, again, you want to talk about mood setting, ambiance, welcome to the party. Let's have the theme to Halloween, the theme to Jaws, the Phantom, Child's Play, Nightmare on Elm Street.
The Haunted Mansion. Welcome, Foolish World. Like, that shit's got to be playing for sure. So.
That would be the first official song.
Yes, absolutely.
Once everybody is in the room, welcome. I am your host, your ghost host. Right into Grim Grinning Ghosts.
Yep.
Like, just let that be the start of the party. But Child's Play, a lot of people don't even think about that theme because it's not as iconic as Jaws, Halloween, and even Nightmare.
Right.
But being as how Chucky is my jam.
Oh, yeah.
Of the modern slashers, I immediately gravitate towards that one.
I definitely agree, sir.
My number 4 is the only one that made the list that ties into wrestling. This one was designed as my response to your number 9, Enter Sandman.
Okay.
Hit my number 4, please.
Okay. All right, so Angus just outdid Chucky for the creepy look in the eyes during that first part of that song in the video. Shit. And if you don't understand the wrestling reference and you don't know JJ's history of fandom, get the hell off our channel. But we'll let you explain briefly, Jay. Continue.
Highway to Hell was an old ECW theme song. I mean,
well, yeah, but
that it was also the theme to the Undertaker Austin, which I'm sure is what you're going for. But
yes.
I always connected to Spike Dudley and ECW. You know, and him coming out in the overalls and the tie-dye with his little wave. Just, I love the song. And I was torn between, even before I knew your list, I knew AC/DC was going on. It was either this or Hell's Bells.
Oh, man.
But when I saw you had Sandman, which ties to ECW,
right,
I was like, okay, my counter to that has got to be Highway to Hell.
Hell's Bells definitely gets an honorable mention from both of us because that song is just iconic as well.
Yeah, you know. My number 3, I kind of talked during the beginning of my dissertation here about how I could have easily thrown Johnny Cash, Ain't No Grave in there. And then I mentioned that Johnny would be coming up a little bit later on in my list.
Yes.
This is where he fits in.
Uh-huh.
Although I was not originally introduced to this song by Johnny Cash. I was introduced to this song through Disney. More specifically, Zeke, Zeb, Ted, Fred, and Tennessee over at the Country Bear Vacation Hoedown.
Oh my goodness.
However, Johnny's version is by and far the most iconic. My number 3, good sir.
An old cowboy went riding out one dark and windy day. Out on a ridge he rested as he went along his way. When all at once a mighty herd of red-eyed cows he saw plowing through the ragged sky and up a cloudy draw. Their brands were still on fire and their hooves were made of steel. Their horns were black and shiny and their hot breath he could feel. A bolt of fear went through him as they thundered through the sky, for he saw the riders coming hard and he heard their mournful cry. Yippee-i-oh, oh yippee-i-oh, ghost riders in the sky. Forward.
Ghost Riders in the Sky by Johnny Cash.
Dude.
Like, Another iconic song.
Oh yeah.
I just love it. And like I said, man, yeah, I was introduced to this song through the Country Bears.
It's tremendous.
But then as I got older, I started to look deeper into the songs and find, the original full version of Tex Ritter singing Blood on the Saddle,
Right.
which is Big Al's song.
Yes.
And some of the other songs that I discovered through here and finding other versions. And then I unearthed Johnny Cash doing Ghost Riders in the Sky. And Johnny Cash is just one of those guys who he could sing the phone book and I would listen.
For real.
Because that baritone voice of his is just so captivating. And then his charisma on stage as well. And, granted, he's not as over the top charismatic as a Garth Brooks or a Luke Bryan, maybe.
Right.
But you can just, you get sucked into his performances.
Yep. When you think about that, you mentioned Johnny doing Undertaker song. Dude, Undertaker's mainstream artist covers: Limp Bizkit, Kid Rock, and Johnny Cash. Dude's got connections.
My number 2 is very much a guilty pleasure for me. Not that it's a bad song or anything, because it definitely fits the Halloween motif and everything. But I just think because most of our fans wouldn't expect me to know of this song or to even like this song, is why I classify it as a guilty pleasure of mine. And once again, my introduction to this song is owed to Disney. More specifically, the Dancing with Disney arena atmosphere thing that they had a few years back.
Oh, hell.
Where you would enter into a room and some characters would come out and interact and dance, and it was a basically dance party for kids. It's the first time I heard this song. They showed the music video for it during the little intermissions as the DJ would go to take his 10, 15-minute rest break. The people that were the characters would go swap out and everything, take their breaks. This song played, and I was immediately captivated by the video because it's got all of those little Halloween nuances. Go ahead and hit my number 2.
Calling all the monsters. Hard thumbs and you jump, coming down with goosebumps. You dare to go there? I'ma get your soul scared. You stayed in too late to be getting afraid. This ain't extreme. I'ma get your soul scared. Gonna get your body shaking, wishing you could just wait. Here we go. Night all the monsters gonna dance. Coming to get ya. Tonight all the monsters gonna dance. Coming to get ya. If you're only dreaming, why I hear you screaming. Tonight all the monsters gonna dance. Get ya. Coming to get ya.
China Ann McClain.
Forgot all about that song, man. Holy crap.
With Calling All the Monsters from the time when she was doing her Disney Channel series Ant Farm. Girl was only like 12 years old at the time. She's 22, gonna be 23 this year. And you listen to, there's a lot of production behind it, but you listen to the power behind her voice. And her voice has only gotten better since then. Compare that to her doing What's My Name from Descendants 2. and just I love that song. I'm sorry. Like I said, it's a guilty pleasure. But again, you've got to think Halloween parties for all ages. If you're having a Halloween party that's more geared to the youth, China McClain, Calling All the Monsters, definitely one that should hit the list. And if you're an adult like us and you're a Disney dork like us, then it definitely fits into those playlists as well. Right. Now we're at my number one.
Yes.
And my number one is also in direct retaliation to your number one. That's all I've got to say about that. Hit my number one, DJ.
I was hooked by lightning, walking down the street. I was hit by something last night in my sleep. It's a dead man's party. Who could ask for more? Everybody's coming, leave your body at the door. Leave your body and soul at the door. Don't run away, it's only me. Don't be afraid of what is plenty. Don't run away, it's only me. Don't be afraid of what you can't see.
I had to come in and end strong after you had Thriller and This Is Halloween. Dead Man's Party, Oingo Boingo. Lead singer, Danny Elfman.
Yes. You know, I don't know if Rodney ever got any respect, but he sure got some major poon in that hot tub. So where'd that go, Rodney? Oh boy.
I mean, you know, I'm not the biggest Boingo fan. I enjoy that song. I enjoy Weird Science, which is also on my Halloween playlist.
You know, I forgot goddamn stuff for that one too.
But other than that, I'm good on Boingo.
Right.
I tend to prefer more of Elfman's scores.
Yes.
To the stuff that he did as Boingo. But like I said, you stole the thunder with This Is Halloween. So it was like, how do I counter This Is Halloween and Thriller? Elfman's arguably biggest song in Oingo Boingo, Dead Man's Party. Perfect party song for Halloween.
There you go.
What do you guys think out there in the internet land? Let us know. If you're watching the premiere, leave your comments over there next to Jeff. If you're watching on demand, leave your thoughts down here. While you're looking down here to leave your thoughts, do what that ticker's telling you to do as well. You know, we cannot understate the power of the ticker.
That's right. Especially today's taping.
Yeah.
So, brief as we go along here, I will go ahead and plug the show in 2 weeks because we kept the songs pretty clean here. We did pretty good. Let's use any party more often than not. In 2 weeks, we are definitely not keeping things clean. As a matter of fact, kids, we are going straight up rated R. The greatest matches in the career of the rated R together now. Superstar.
Edge.
And in 4 weeks, we're back to Disney-centric stuff as we present our top 10 feature films from Pixar. No, it will not be Toy Story 1 through 4, Cars 1 through 3, and whatever.
Incredibles 1 and 2.
The rest of them. Yes, yeah. We will be multifaceted. Don't worry, kids.
Yes.
And speaking of Halloween, in 6 weeks. The greatest match in the history of The Undertaker on Black Friday.
That's right. We wanted to do that one closer to Survivor Series since Survivor Series was the Dead Man's debut.
Yes, exactly.
An argument could have been made to do him in October closer to Halloween.
Right.
But we decided since Edge's birthday is right around there,
yep,
to do Edge and save Taker for Survivor Series when he debuted.
Yes. And we closed the year in December with 2 shows, one on the 10th and one on the 24th. 24th Christmas Eve, so very obvious Christmas show. There you go. Now, when we say episodes, we mean episodes and TV specials. So let's throw it out there right now. But on the 10th, I'm looking forward to this. Top 10 greatest NWA World Champions of all time. Yes, that is JJ wearing both belts in the picture where he looks like he got arrested with the belts on, took a mugshot. So good on him. Lordy. I am so tickled to be the world champion. I am thrilled I am pleased as punch.
I've never been much of a smiler for those type of photos. I always try to have that aggressive look on my face, you know.
Right, that's right.
But you're right. It totally looks like a mugshot. And you know, let me go ahead and make the joke myself. Throw that picture back up there. Yes, that is me, full on C Nation out. Visor, Word Life Rainer tee, the Word Life wristbands, which you can't see in the photo. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, once upon a time, Uncle Jay was a C Nation mark, and that was during that time. Right. So let me just go ahead and get that out there on my own before Jeff can ridicule me the way that he liked to do.
If there's one thing I will never rag you on, John Cena, and you know this. So, with that being said, if you guys get the way through, and I've been able to edit it together and not be a have to do a bunch of this shit throughout, then thank God for me being a technical marvel, I suppose. But if it hasn't been, and you're not seeing this in a blooper reel version, you're sitting through it. Either way, thank you guys very much for watching. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. Again, next week with another episode of The Dads, not always in wrestling, as we cover the greatness that is the Hall of Famer himself, the Rated R Superstar Edge. Until then, he is the Renegade. I am the Professor. We are the Dads, and we will see you guys next time.